What's up, guys? I'm gonna be talking about exercise assessment protocol today. More specifically, kind of muscular strength and muscular endurance protocol testing. So assessments are important because they can provide exercise assessments can help us to provide a person's baseline fitness levels, as well as helping people that are already um, performing fitness and exercises. We can kind of use exercise testing to see where the progression is and maybe what they need to improve on, or just kind of where they land with their strength and endurance wise. Um, so, a few things that are important to remember whenever we're talking about exercise assessment tests. Tests are specific to muscle groups being assessed, the velocity of the velocity of the movement, the joint range of motion, and the type of equipment available. So basically, what this means, guys, is like whenever we are using these tests, it's important to know that each person that we're testing is specific, and each test is specific to that person. So it could depend on, we're specific to a certain either like biceps or chest, let's say. And and that's important to remember because not one single test can show us can give us an accurate evaluation of total body fitness. So we need to go through specific tests that target different muscle groups, because we do not have one test that can just tell us if someone is physically fit or not really. So yeah, that's why that we need to keep that in mind. Individuals should go through practice runs before they do these tests. So basically, we don't want people, whenever we do these tests, we don't want that to be their first time doing it. Let's say someone who's new to working out, you want to make sure that they do, if you're testing them in, let's say, bench press, you want to make sure that we've done bench press with them a couple times, we've taught them the form, and that they feel comfortable doing it. So that way, if we want to do a 1 rep max, it's not their first time doing it, and it helps to keep them out of danger of hurting themselves, and we can get a more accurate test because they know what they're doing, so they feel more comfortable, more confident, and they're going to be able to really give it their all and get their max weight and max number up. Also, stretching is kind of important, but we need to understand in stretching not to do too much and know the right amount for depending on the different tests we're doing. So like I said with the bench press, we know that too much stretching can actually lower our 1 rep max. So if we know we're going to be doing 1 rep max, it's important to stretch a little bit, get your muscles warm and loose, but not to overstretch your muscles, because then the spring and that bounce won't be quite as much, so our max will probably decrease. And when we are doing these muscular fitness is based on the absolute value of the weight lifted, or sorry about that, absolute value or the number of repetitions. So what this means is it's based on the absolute value. It means that how much weight can be lifted up. The maximum amount of weight that someone is lifting is basically what it's getting based on, or how many reps we can get in. It's important, though, whenever we're doing this, to take into account the weight of the person doing the lifts, because let's say we have an 80-kilogram person and a 100-kilogram person. If they both lift the same amount of weight, the person that that weighs less is actually going to be stronger technically, because they are lifting more, percentage wise, more of their body weight than the person who is heavier. So we need to take that into account as well whenever we're doing these tests. Now we're going into muscular. So muscular strength is basically movement of external load. So muscular strength can be tested with your 1 rep max, or even a 10 rep max can be done. Those tests. And muscular endurance is the ability to perform repeated action over a period of time. So a common test with the endurance is a push-up test. And these tests are good because they can they help us to screen for muscle weaknesses what someone's weak at, what they might need to improve on, and that way it can help us do exercise prescription. So we can see where their weaknesses are and then prescribe them certain exercises, certain movements that they should be doing in order to increase their strength in those areas. That's all I got from the book. I found this one article that I'll put in the discussion. It's called Cardiopulmonary Exercise Testing in Children. So basically, it's kind of similar because it talks about protocol of when they're testing cardiopulmonary exercise testing, specifically in children. I thought it was interesting, even though it's a little bit different, because it shows kind of the protocol for a different subtopic of the exercise testing. So while we talked about the exercise testing of muscular strength and endurance, this is kind of more geared toward the cardiopulmonary exercise aspect, and I thought that was kind of interesting and cool. So I hope this helps you guys a little bit, learned a little bit. Yeah, thank you.